We can't simplify the world as much as we would like to and reduce it to a handful of principles. It's a complicated world, and the difficult path forward for us is to study the world, learn as much as we can about it, appreciate the complexity and the detail in the world, and argue about the best way forward for us. And I think the best way forward for us is to maintain some level of military strength and be prepared to stand up for American principles and values when they are under attack by evil forces elsewhere in the world.
Professor Caplan, do you have a question?
It seems like there's a long list of evils that you're unlikely to want to do anything about. Do you want to invade Saudi Arabia so they stop oppressing their women? Do you want to tell China that they, to threaten war against China unless they switch to democracy? There are many U.S. allies that commit the very crimes they're talking about, but as long as they're our buddies, we do very little about it. And it seems like most people have no problem with that.
I don't think you can say just because there's a lot of problems in the world that we're going to intervene everywhere. In fact, I'm very sympathetic to the notion that we ought to have an aversion to intervention, absolutely. And I'm saying that there are a small number of situations, like when you're battling an unthinking ideology of racial superiority, as prevailed in Nazi Germany and in Japan. Or maybe now, when you're battling a religious intolerance that calls for the murder in the name of God, as though God is ordering these murders and issuing fatwas on people. Maybe that's a situation where people are willing to stand up and defend themselves, for the United States to lend some support to free people elsewhere in the world willing to stand up and fight. I think we need to have armed forces standing in reserve to lend that support where it's in our interest and in the interest of humankind to do so.
Professor Caplan, you want a last word?
It seems like really all that you're saying is, even though we have a lot of evidence that our best thinking isn't very good, let's do it anyway and rely on it. I think we really need to take seriously the true complexity. It's so complex that even if people try their best, they're very bad at doing this. And saying we're going to go and attack a country and kill a lot of innocent people when we just have a guess that it might be better is not good enough.